Alright, well, hello everybody, and welcome to a sort of side stream to accompany a couple of the recent 2020 hindsight streams. Hey, Zakky, thanks for the host. Zakky actually just got finished doing his own playthrough of Blaster Master after I played through and game overed in the final area last night, because I had no idea where I was going, other than into all of the spikes, which is pretty much a summary of how that ended. But yeah, we did Blaster Master for one night. I have one half of the things that I hope to obtain for next weekend for the next things on 2020 hindsight, but for now, we are doing... Let me hit a key, hang on. No. I have to hit a key on the right window. For now, we are doing a ROM hack of the Guardian Legend after I just completed that, recently. That was on Saturday, I guess. This is a ROM hack called Secret Edition, as you might have seen on the title screen before this jumped into a demo. I am under the impression that this is generally, supposedly, more challenging than the original game. But it's also, like... I also get the impression it's a pretty significant, like, rearrangement of the game. So, it'll be interesting to get into it and see what we find in it. So there were definitely a few significant difficulty spikes in the original game. I think it was the Corridor 3 boss. Grimgrin was one of the later bosses that gave me a problem. And the final boss gave me a problem. But let's see how we do with this. So I'm gonna get ready to start the timer. But yeah, on the main screen it says what version, so it's 3.3. That's the latest that I saw on romhacking.net, which is where I got the patch for this. I'm gonna go ahead and start this. That's a good start. Get hit by the second and third rocks in the game. I do have to remember that I did actually die in the opening section of the game. In the, with the original. Good luck picking that up. This is going very fast. Should probably just avoid getting hit by things for now. I say that and get hit by another thing. Yep, good job. I was trying to avoid that, but it did something I did not expect. We've got laser boys in the first frickin' level. I might end up dying here. Oh, jeez, come on. Really? And now I'm sure we're gonna get turrets, yep. Please give me health. Thank you. I'm just gonna try to avoid all of these projectiles that are getting flung at me right now. Were there this many turrets in the original? I feel like this is a lot of turrets. Jeez, I thought that would work. It kinda didn't. Please be health. Okay, yeah, I think I got health out of that, otherwise I'd probably be dead now. The good news is this should get more manageable as we kill more things. Oh, I already got the back turrets there. Okay, I just have a couple of these left. I already gained a level. It's more turrets. That's what I thought. If someone is reading this, I must have failed. I wonder if this is going to be different or not. This star Naju was our home, but we were invaded by evil life forms. Everyone except me was killed. I'm going to try to activate the self-destruct device. So far, this sounds the same. If I fail... Also, if you heard that sound, that's my lovely neighbor who parks in front of this house in a fucking Ram truck that clearly has no muffling capabilities whatsoever. If I fail, I would like you to do this task so this cannot happen to any other race. The self-destruct device is protected by a safety device which is located in the underground corridors. Remove each seal and go deep inside Nacho. If you destroy all 10 safety devices, the self-destruct sequence will be activated. I don't have much time. I hope this message will not be read by anyone. It will mean that I have failed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the same message. What does the map look like? Well, we're starting on the right side this time, so that's different. There is a round creature in this room. It will give you items in exchange for power chips. Which room? This room. Well, I have 50. I guess I should get that. Oh, there's also him, but I can't afford that. I really want that, but I can't afford it at all. Although, I also didn't really end up using that at all. Any luck? We've still got any luck guy. Does that mean I can do the thing right here? I don't even know if it's actually a thing in this ROM hack. Try one more time. The fact that he still says any luck, though, makes me think... No, really not. I guess we'll see when we get to it whether it's actually a thing. In the meantime, we need to get chips back again. Oh god, we've already got bouncy rocks, which I like to refer to as oatmeal cookies, because that's what they look like to me. That was a good idea. Yep, okay. Do you want me to record? Oh, okay, so we've already got our first save room here. Also, it took me until, like, the very end of the game. Actually, I think it was when I was watching Zakky broadcast his tasks that I realized, okay, that is a different insignia to be over there. So that's interesting. I realized that, like, there's a W, an N, an S, and an E, isn't there? So it's west, north, south, east. Why are those guys red? Seems awfully early for red guys. The square was on the other side entirely before. The squiggle was on the top originally. I have no chips. Wow, Crab Boss right away? Well, fortunately Crab Boss is a joke. Wait, he's teleporting? Did Crab Boss always teleport? I don't think Crab Boss always teleported. Okay, well we got more chip max. Oh, I could go buy that other thing now. Maybe those guys always were red in this. I don't remember if they were red in the main section. Otherwise, these look like the same enemies that you would normally get here, so... Which side was the 100 on? There we go. Okay, let's go into... What the... Hi. Why is all of this here? This is very suspicious. It's just all chips. Okay. I don't know whether those are sympathy chips or whether that's going to serve a real purpose later. See which one this is. God, it's bats. Okay, the hook is still down here. That's on the left side instead of the bottom, but otherwise it's in the same area. Yes, please. More squiggles. We got 2 squiggles in completely different areas. I'm going to die. The chip room exists in the vanilla game and I never frickin' wandered across it? Wow, okay. So I still missed crap in the central area. Like, I knew I had missed all the shops originally. Oh, okay, what's this gonna be? Oh, this is this guy. Yeah, this is something you normally encounter this early. Actually selected weapon at all yet. Wait, I got grenades already? That must have been one of the things I picked up and I just, like, ran right over it. Is this where we're going now? Nope, that's Moon. Although, yeah, so instead of going along the left side of the beginning, we're going along the right side of the beginning, so we just mirrored a lot of stuff, kind of. Oh, it feels like that. They kind of scrambled more than that, though. I haven't checked the top yet to see what that's like, but here's Corridor 1. You know what? I haven't found any hints about corridors yet. Oh, well that's fascinating. Huh. I'm pretty sure we were able to go through an entire section without needing a key. So that means that the hint for Corridor 1 has to be out here somewhere. At least assuming there's still hints and they don't just expect me to know exactly the same things from the base game. I would assume they scrambled the hints too. Okay, this is the same as the doorway to, what was it, Area 10? Okay. There's probably stuff in the middle I haven't done. That's another square. Oh, jeez. Might have already checked this. Yeah, okay. Let's go back through the middle. This was the save room, right? Yeah. Did that dude just screen wrap for a second? He thinks he's Link. Fire at the gate. It is the same. talking about blast through the cover. Jeez, these things in the just general area? That seems rude. I don't think those were here before. Oh, what's in here? This might or might not actually be the Corridor 21 room. Oh, whoops. Okay, so blast the gate just like in the original. Pretty sure that was what Corridor 1's deal was in the original. Oh right, I have grenade equipped. I guess we can see how that works. Oops, I meant to shoot that guy and I missed. Or I only hit his bullets. Oh, I missed that. Boo. Grenades are so slow. I shouldn't even use that, because as soon as I go under 100 chips, I get this weak shot. I got screwed over by the repeat rate. I'm almost dead. I better be careful. I should also switch to a different item, because grenade is not going to do me any favors. Isn't this the thing that homes in on things? That would be ridiculously expensive, I would think, although it's at level 1, so I don't know. Where are my shots? Oh, right. The thing Zakky said when he was going over his tasks is that what use item you have equipped affects repeat rate. And then I just got completely clobbered. Actually, which area was the chip area? I should probably get my chips back. Oh, that'll work, okay. Yeah, I had a feeling that occupied too, because that severely limited my firepower from the primary. Is this the right one, or am I too far down? No, this is the right one. Okay. I feel like I should be... just bumped up the volume of the game a tiny bit, because it seems like it's a little bit on the low side. Do I have... I do have this. That also occupies 2 slots. That's not a good idea. Let's look up this one. Okay, that occupies 1 slot. It's not nearly strong enough, though. Jeez. Seems very rude for being the first corridor. Oh, that was really bad. Well, I'm down to 1 health. Or 0 health. Never mind, no I'm not. Okay, did we actually make it this time? Seems weird for it to throw that much crap at us, and now it's just fish. I tried to bait that fish out multiple times, and it didn't come at me. Oh. Oh, well, this seems like a problem. I think that was a heart that I picked up. Slowing down. Okay, it's boss time. Let's see what the hell it is. That gains too many... What? Too many hover-ups and became a plane. Yeah, we're back to TGL, except this is a ROM hack that looks significantly rougher in terms of difficulty than the original. Alright, let me see. We could do grenade, or we could do nothing. Let's see what this boss... Oh, what? That's a boss? Oh, jeez. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, we're not doing grenade, because that's definitely not going to help. But this is funny, because in the original TGL, towards the end of the game, you got corridor bosses as labyrinth bosses, or labyrinth mid-bosses, and now this is the opposite of that. I was gonna say, isn't that supposed to home in? It's not doing a very good job of it. I need to, like, bait this guy into doing tire loops so that it'll actually hit him. Okay, he's dead. Now, we needed that key just to go anywhere in this entire area. And we got Cutter for it. Okay. Oh, but that occupies 2 slots too, so I'm not sure. Oh, wow. That's a hell of a reward. Just walk into it, thanks. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Oh my god, that's very angry. Okay, we got a save point. What? I don't know what just hit me. Jeez, come on. Oh, okay, I was gonna try to avoid those, and then I did totally not that. Please be health. Okay. Even more health. This might be 11? Yeah, this is 11. Well, do we want to find out what the heck this is? I didn't even look at the map yet. It's an interesting layout to the area below me, too. Let's come back to this. Oh, shit. Yeah, how does it work when it's on the right? It normally isn't on the right. You're not even getting hit, dude. Can you stop being over there? Okay, he is getting hit. Please spawn over here. That'll work. Okay. Guess I'll go back to... I guess we'll try corridor 11, since we're here. Oh, come on. Let's always see what's actually in this. Only the... Oh, for mid-bosses. Okay. Is that actually what was happening? Huh. Seemed like sufficiently... Oh god, this place seems very angry. Very angry. I didn't even get to pick up whatever that was. Well, I'm already almost dead, so there's that. I also don't know whether this is like the original game where 11 to 20 are effectively optional. I might hold off on 11 until later. Alright, let's get out of here for now. Did I ever go up there? I might not have ever gone up there. Let's check that out. Those are extremely rude. Oh, that's what I was frickin' waiting for this entire time. Okay. This again? Okay, yeah, I was affected by the closest half thing that time. Alright, well, I already have level 2 of that thing. That should be the entrance. Interesting that it's locked on the way in, but not on the way out. Like, it requires the crescent key to get in, but not out. Alright, so the other place we can go is down here. Actually, the funny thing is, I feel like, well, okay, now it's, I feel like sometimes it is visibly alternating, but sometimes it's really not. I think those things might be immune to that. Okay, good, there's a safe thing right here. Ow. This romhack has very rude entryways. Oh, okay. Was not expecting that. That's interesting. That's something the original game really didn't do much, is it didn't mix... I guess there were a few places that it mixed keys in areas, but it was pretty uncommon. I didn't pay attention to what that was. Also, is it just me, or am I immediately getting leveled up sub-weapons? Go up and up and up. Seal 2 will be removed. Okay, that's different. The discs just have 10 billion health. I remember destroying some of them in the original, but I don't remember if that was with the bowling ball, fireball thing. This is very rude. But at least we know how to open the seal. Whenever the heck we actually manage to get there. Ugh. Basically no health. Yeah, I figured this would be a mid-boss, and, might not ha- What the fuck? Excuse me, you don't belong here. Oh, I'm gonna be dead. Actually, I might not be dead. Nope, I'm dead, because one of the shrimp hit me. So, let's see. So far we had one mid-boss as a corridor boss, and now we've had one corridor boss as a mid-boss. It's gonna give me freaking Grim Grin as a goddamn labyrinth boss, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna try that again. Hopefully with more health this time. The only problem is the shrimp. Okay, that didn't work. Nope, that worked much less well this time. And I don't know whether it's... Where does it spawn the shrimp from? I don't know whether I was getting hit by the shrimp or by... Like, doesn't only the front of the boss have a hitbox? It seemed like being behind it was not a winning proposition. Oh, come on. Can't even get into this place without getting hurt. Well, I managed to literally just walk an enemy to death. I'm gonna die before I even get to the stupid mid-boss this time. This is totally worthless. I feel like there's nothing I can farm safely. How am I not hitting you? Thank you. Where else haven't I gone? Did I try here already? No, I didn't. Okay. It's probably a one-time thing, though. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I'm already down to 48 ships. That's probably bad. Alright, I'm just gonna wait. He spawned up there this time. Okay, that was kind of working. Until it wasn't. I also got a heart, though. Okay, good enough. Shrimp, please. Oh, we got one of my favorite weapons. Okay. How many is that good for? 33 versus 25, but that's for like a certain period of having the saber out. Oh, come on. Hey, Matrick. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun discovering that they threw the original Corridor 1 boss into just a random room in... What area is this? Area 2. Oh, jeez, that wasn't a good idea. There's something... Wait, have I been up there? Was that where I found... That was where I found out how to unlock... Oh, jeez. I'm not paying attention to all of the lethal Oreo cookies. I haven't been down here yet. What's this? Oh god! It's lethal oatmeal cookies, help. I'm going to die. I didn't die. I very nearly died. Oh, that's true, yeah, the Corridor 1 boss would have been like the blue version or something. Okay, I don't have the chips for this right now. Geez, they make you pick from between a blue lander and a squiggly weapon upgrade? I want the squiggly weapon upgrade, or a rapid fire upgrade, like, all of those are good choices. I want all three. Okay, so now come to think of it, okay, right, we haven't seen either of the corridors yet. I'm gonna hope for better spawns this time. Well, that kinda sucked. Sure, don't give me any drops, we'll go in here with absolutely 0 health. Okay, this is Corridor 12, we're not going in there. Corridor 11 was brutal, we're not touching that yet. One of you drop something. Hitbox, please. No, we're not fighting something right now. Well, we're dying anyway. Oh, that time... Wow, for once the cookies didn't clobber me immediately. Oh, right, I have to pick my sub-weapon again. Alright, so now we have to go all the way back around. Those guys don't even care that there are walls there, okay? I don't remember if that was the case in the original. Okay, we're just gonna go down here and then back up. So we don't have to deal with all that. Wait. Okay, yeah. Man, this ROM hack has not wasted any time becoming rude. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's another crab. Okay. It's a very angry crab. Please don't spawn over here. Okay, good. I was down to no health again. You gotta be kidding me. I didn't even notice I was down to no health. Okay. This is the one that they said go up and 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 up. So I assume this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yep, okay. What's over here, though? No, it's not a save room. Would have been nice if it was. Oh, it's one of those, though. Okay. Yeah, that's all that's over there. Okay, let's see what Corridor 2 is like. Hello, very angry fish. Did these fish even exist in the original? I feel like there were never fish this fast. I'm fucking dead. Holy crap. I should probably... Oh god, it gets worse. Actually, well, I don't know if I'd count that as worse, because... At least there's no fish during that. We didn't try Corridor 12 at all, right? I skipped that because I assumed it would be even worse than 11, or about as bad as 11, and 11 was bad. I wanted nothing to do with 11. That's why it's still blinking on the map up there, it's because I'm just like, no. I need to equip a thing. Whatever, bat, you can just keep bouncing. I mean, if we know Corridor 2 is that bad, then I might as well try 12 once, I guess. I really hate these little spindly things. Alright, let's try this, why not? It's closer, so I might as well try it. Oh yeah, I guess another thing... Well, so I think the first area had a save in the middle of it. But, unless I missed something in this area, it does not. Whoops. I am doing very bad maneuvering right now. Although to be fair, the game is also doing very rude things to me, so... Well, I'm almost dead already, so... Okay. guess I'm just gonna stay here for a while like this. Oh boy. And then get clobbered by all the fish. Oh god, what is spewing crap at me? There sure are a lot of fish at once here. Whoops, that was dumb. Uh-oh, danger noodle. I'm gonna frickin' die right at the end of the level, probably. Nope, I just got health, okay. Uh-oh. Now what? Well, this was not as bad as 11. Oh, this guy is probably fine. Wait, no, maybe he's not fine. That should not be doing that bad. Let's use this. I've never used this thing at level 1, probably. Alright, that's not helping. Oh, when did I get lasers? That might not help either. I'm going to die. Yeah, I got nothing. Probably gonna die. Because that's not gonna work either. Probably? Yep. Because he starts shooting upward. Well, I liked my chances with that one better than, Corridor 2, honestly. Also, I need my chips back now. We got some back. Okay, that's good. Shoot. Well, there goes all my health. Oh, come on! Really isn't helping. Alright, screw it. We'll go for Corridor 2 again and hope that I actually get health back by then. I still don't know what the deal is with spiders. I know they turn orange, and I don't know what happens because I always kill them. Seems like a decent start. That seems like not a decent start. Alright, so I think last time I was thinking Cutter might be a better idea for this. Yeah, sort of. I'm still getting hit, but... might want to switch to Saber now and get rid of this crap. What? I was too far up for that. Oops, I misaligned it again. Boss. Alright, what is it? Oh, okay, this thing I should be able to deal with. Actually, what we will do... what should I switch to? Laser could work. I remember him firing missiles last time, but that might have been a thing. I am going to die. So much for me being able to handle this guy. Yeah, he didn't fire missiles, so this is a new version of this boss that fires missiles. That was a bad idea. Oh, Jesus Christ, that beat the crap out of me. Okay, well, that boss would have been fine if it didn't fire missiles. And at least we know how to get through the corridor now, but it is pretty ridiculous. Those seem like bad spawns. Really? I got hit by that? Oh, we got another heart, so I guess we're going in. Whoops. there's a thing over there. Okay, that was a hard house, that's fine. That was a dumb idea. Okay, well I think we're back here again. What do we want to do this time? We could go with that. We could attempt that, or we could attempt that if I wanted to, like, fend off the missiles. Because the missiles are really the problem to me. I have a feeling I'm going to be a sitting duck if I use this. But we can try it. Although I should probably start by getting a head start with this thing. Or this thing. Not really much of a head start, though. Whoa, he jumps around a lot more erratically, too. Like, I feel like the other one was always a set of... Well, maybe he's still a setter mount if you're not moving. Which was the case in the original. Oops, that one got by. Oh jeez, all of those got by. Missiles are ridiculous. The problem with the missiles is they don't get destroyed as soon as you get hit by them. They're actually slightly tanky missiles. Okay, we did it. Okay, we got the hook key. That's... So far the key progression has been the same, I think. It's just where they get used that's different. Okay. Yeah, that's a weapon that I probably would have liked to actually have for that boss. Don't die right here. Well, actually, I could die right there. It would be a death warp, but... We could also give Corridor 12 at least one more try. Since we're right here. I already forgot what happened in this corridor. I know the corridor itself was more reasonable. And then I forgot what the boss was. Should probably be using this here too, given how badly I'm handling this. right, the danger noodle. Forgot. I guess I'll put this on for now. Okay, we're here. Now, what was this that got me killed right away? Oh, right, this thing. But we have a few new things now, including this, which might help. Let's start with laser. Alright, let's switch to this. Let's see if it helps. Doesn't seem like it's going to help. Yeah, not particularly. I could try this? Not particularly confident, especially at level 1. How do I avoid all these things wiping me out? Oh, this does a lot more work than I expected it to, but it's still not really killing the things. That's kind of a problem. It's getting very fast. Well, I'm trying, but I still think it's not gonna end up working out. Did I get any drops whatsoever? I'm not getting any drops anymore either. I don't know what that's about. Alright, whatever. We can leave that silly place for another time, because we're so far we're over 0 for 2 with the greater than 10 corridors. Yeah, I figured. I was like, I don't think those enemies can just decide they don't count for drops anymore. Where are we going now? Straight across, okay. Right, I knew that. That's the S screen, and we know that we're going for the bottom left, so... Okay, so again we have a save room at the entrance. Now, this is Area 3, right? Yeah. So Corridor 3 was the one that had the really rude boss. That was like the first difficulty spike in the original. And actually, I think 13 had like a similar boss that was just like possibly nerfed a bit. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. What do I want to do with this? Wait, he's running away now? Okay. I'm okay with this. Oh, he's not running away anymore. Help. Well, I'm almost dead. Who's gonna die first? He died first. Okay, let's stop wasting chips. Well, at least we got some health back. It's telling me to go that way, therefore I will go this way. Didn't pay attention to what that was, but I've got quite a few weapons up to level 2 now. Yeah, I feel like I'm not reliable at destroying those claws. Alright, this is 13. actually this thing where it belongs, arguably. Well, I'm almost dead already. I'm gonna run out of chips, no matter what I do here, I think. So I'm probably dead. I have 3 shots left with that. I don't think that's gonna do it. I also think I'm already basically dead, so... Yep, okay. So, probably not gonna bother with that guy right now. Whoops. Okay, go here already. Oh, that's right, this is where the first mid-boss was, and I can't go in there yet. Gonna have to remember that that's there. That's gonna be an easy one to forget. Oh, come on, dude. So wait. Right. That is a lot of those. Shoot. Up into the corner? I feel like you need to be a little more specific than that, because there's multiple corners. Oh, come on, dude. That almost killed me. No, we're not fighting that thing. Yeah, it narrows it down. There's still multiple potential answers. So, one thing that's a little problematic is we keep finding these weapon upgrades, but then we still only have 150 max chips. Okay, so where are we actually going? Didn't go over here, did I? The other one again? Guess it doesn't actually mean the corner of the room. I kind of assumed it meant the corner of the room. That's weird. The way that you just kind of inch up. if you're moving against a wall. Did it say shoot? I can't remember if it said shoot. I'm trying to see if anything actually, like, blocks shots as if there's a hitbox. Well, we've tried shooting. Let's try down into the corner, even though that's literally not what it said. Might have to go read that clue again, because I don't get it. I've gone up into both corners. Oh, nothing. But maybe if I just, like, strictly walked that... I feel like normally these things are, like, specific to either weapon or sub-weapon. Where do we find that clue? Because I need to go find it again and see what it... scrutinize what it said more, because I feel like it wasn't a particularly clear clue to begin with. Pretty sure it wasn't over here. Barely made it through there. Oh, I'm gonna die here. Okay, no, I'm not. Actually, I almost did anyway. And then I got 2 hearts? Really? This is where it was? Remove seal 3. Shoot up into the corner. Okay, it did say shoot. There's one other thing I could try. looks finicky. But I think that always happens when you shoot. I don't know what the hell it wants me to do. I'm shooting up into every corner I can possibly think of. What about these corners? It would help if there was like a different sound or something when you're shooting in the right place. Read that weapon. Alright, the other thing I wanted to try was putting no use on specifically. Well, we might not be getting very far in this game for a different reason. Shoot up into the corner is what it said. What if it literally means shoot up, but in the corner? And then the corner of what is the other question. Sounds like a different sound. That is a different sound. You just have to do it a lot. So I don't know whether that means that the regular weapon seriously doesn't work for that. That seems like a needlessly finicky requirement. You can use the base gun, okay. Get this on her. What the heck is that enemy? I think I saw this in the demo too. Well, we're probably gonna die. Oh, we just got health, so that helps. Those things are not reasonable. Oh boy, we've got these things again. Hello, bird. Oh no, these are the lasers that like to glitch out. I hope they don't. Everything seems way angrier in this. Problem is I'm gonna be out of chips by the time we get to the boss. Okay, no, we just got more. Okay, we just got an energy tank, that helps. Ow. Except I just wandered too far into that thing. Those things seem to take a lot more to kill. Because, like, sword usually goes through those pretty quick. Well, we have no health, so we're probably gonna die. Oh, it's this thing. Well, the question is, how is this going to be made more unreasonable in this version? Oh, because it fires those frickin' orange missiles again, and I just missed an item. Yep. If every boss is gonna have the orange missiles, then I'm gonna rage quit this game. Because the orange missiles are not okay. It would have helped if I hadn't lost almost all of my health before that boss, though. Not sure how much it would have helped because orange missiles are still not okay, but... Also, did I not even try 13? It's like they increased the health of everything in this game, and they really didn't need to do that. Is easier to get to, so let's see what this is like. First enemy is that. Great, good start. Yeah, normally you can kill these things before they get to you, but in this ROM hack you can't. I'm all for the rearrangements and stuff, but just making everything 3 times tankier is excessive, in my opinion. You didn't need to do that. And that actually makes the ROM hack worse. I'm gonna die. Not really sure what you're supposed to do about this level, because you clearly can't saber things in time. Everything is just stupidly tanky in that level. Alright, so we're not going to bother with 13. Keys do I have? Crescent and the hook thing. I'm pretty sure I have to beat Corridor 3 to do anything else. I could also try beating that mid-boss again. But I feel like I don't have enough chips to actually do that. Meaning the one that I have? I wonder if it's that top part that's jutting out in the area on the right. Oh, let's try this one more time. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is it's sometimes, like, it's really not obvious when you have to backtrack into other areas again because it's always opening, like, one room. Oh, I missed that. God, those things are terrible. I'm gonna die right there. thing I can think it is the one in the eastern area. Whoops, that hurt a lot. Yeah, he totally just screen wrapped and didn't care. I thought I just selected that. Why didn't it actually... Must have hit it one too many times. Okay, yeah. He's selling gun? I can't afford that. Yet another reason I need more max chips. Actually... Oh, I think I'm right at the entrance anyway. I was gonna say I might as well just death warp, but... Let's death warp anyway, just to get my health back. Yeah, that seemed bad. Still seems kinda bad. Two of them were mostly out of the way. Let's get in here so we can frickin' death abuse again. I don't have a thing selected because I just death abused. And now I have no health again. Ugh. Hey, Cobra Gamer, thanks for the host. I'm just gonna do this again. We are playing a ROM hack that was created by some jerk who apparently thinks that every enemy should have had 5 times as much health as it had in the original. Oh my god, I keep forgetting that I need to re-equip a fucking item. I don't get why it always switches you back to no use when you clearly had something equipped before. This was the case in the original game too. And I've never gotten used to it. We're definitely not doing Corridor 13 again. Even these things take forever to kill.
Oh, I missed an item there. These rocks seem to come at much odder angles. I'm gonna fucking die. I don't know how I got through this stage once. Oh, yeah. But I literally can't afford a weapon power-up. So the only other possibility is there's that one mid-boss that I haven't killed. That could have a red lander. So we could go after that mid-boss instead. I just don't really think I have the ships necessary to make that mid-boss viable. Whoops, I ended up going down here anyway. But, I think I beat 12. No, wait, I didn't beat 12. Alright, well, let's try this thing. I never really considered that, like, maybe they actually intend you... Oh, God. Maybe they actually intend for you to... Like, I don't even know if that's the case in the original, whether they intend for you to do the... Like, the ones in the 11 and up corridors. Didn't really even think about what I got out of those in the original. What should I do about this guy? I don't know if this will hit him. It kind of hits him. Sometimes. But he's also hitting me a lot. Problem is I have to be awfully close to him for this to actually hit him. Or be like diagonal or something. But not be actually attacking diagonally. That was kind of hitting him, but he was hitting me a lot. I could try Cutter for that matter, but I think that would probably do even worse. I thought I killed that. I didn't. Why even bother trying now, but I guess we will. I feel like this isn't gonna work, but... Very finicky, exactly how close you have to be for this to work. And we're out of ships, and we're dead. Probably go back out and find that chip room again, because there's no way I'm doing anything useful in here with no chips. Although, actually, do those always respawn? No. Where was that chip room? I guess we could try 12 again. 12 seemed like the most likely for me to survive. Nope, it wasn't that one. I forget, was 12 all the way in? Okay, that guy disappeared.
totally don't remember where that other chip room was. It's not it either. Wasn't it along the bottom? Which one was 12? I think it was this one? Whoops, I just got clobbered by that thing. I should probably just die and restart. I don't know whether enemies also... Well, I do have to remember that I also have no shield. So that could also be part of my problem. I'm just gonna go out and come in again. Do I have to go for this? Yeah, pretty far in. I even remember what's in here now. Was this the one with all the side attackers? Not the red ones, though. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, we gained a level. I guess that's something. I should probably switch to this. He came over there again. Not what I expected. Switch to this now. Oh, I missed that, didn't I? No. Probably should have switched weapons. Nick of time weapon switch there. Alright, so this was the thing launching all the crustaceans at me, right? I wonder if this would wipe them out, given how wide this thing is now. I only have no, I'm pretty sure this is not one shot per... It's only sort of working. chewing through my chips like crazy. I wonder... no, not really. Doesn't seem like I can really lure them up that way. I'm going to run out of chips, and then I'm going to die. I ran out of chips. Time to die. How many times do you have to shoot those things for them to even die? Those things have a ton of health, too. I feel like everything in this ROM hack is just a brick wall. Guess we can try 11. I honestly don't remember why 11 was bullshit. I just remember 11 was also bullshit. Alright, so... yeah, we gotta go all the way in for that one too. Now, this was the one that had a save point in the middle of it, I think. Rather than at the beginning. But yeah, they I think 2 out of the 3 areas that I've been in so far are doing the save point at the beginning nonsense. Need more chips, though. This is probably wrong. Oh no, we can go this way. Remember if this is the right way or not. I actually wanted chips that time. Here we go. Okay, I don't remember what the heck this was. Did I go down there? I don't know if I went down there. Oh, yeah, I probably did. Ow. Well, that was a bad idea. I don't remember what weapon I'm on here either. Okay, this has orange fish. Oh, right. This has all of these things, doesn't it? Okay. I tried to shoot that open. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hit something. Yeah, my ship's hitbox is wider than my sword's hitbox, so that happened. Oh, right. I thought I remembered dying quicker than that, honestly, the first time, so might as well try it again. Where the hell am I going? I didn't get to the save point in the middle there. I'm in the wrong section entirely. Crap. I even said something about that, and then I forgot to actually find the save point before doing that.
Okay, first order of business this time. Find the damn save point in the other area. Or just die. Okay, I totally don't remember where the save point is. You notice that they marked those on the map. At least once you uncover where they are. I'm going to die. No, I'm not. Okay. That's where it is. Yes, it is. It was right there. That was something. Don't have many chips. I don't feel good about this. God, are you kidding me? I have no chips left. And that might have been chips, and I fucking didn't get it, and now I'm gonna die, because fuck this game. That could have been chips too. I won't know. How many chips did I have going into this level last time? Because I thought I picked up a red chip power-up, and that gave me full shortly before I went in there. And now I have none. Well, I'm gonna take a break because I'm realizing I meant to a while ago and didn't. We'll see if we can get through 11 since it's not too long of a walk there. But I'm gonna have to farm chips first. But, yeah. I liked the first couple of levels because it felt like once you figured out what you needed to do for them, they were doable. The rest of this doesn't feel very doable, and I don't know whether it's seriously, like as Zacky's suggesting, that there's, like, we saw that there was that gun power-up that I literally can't buy because I don't have enough max chips to buy it. And, like, is the game seriously actually, is this ROM hack using like weapon and like attack and defense upgrades as progression? And I mean, I guess if you were really ridiculous, you could probably do this without them, but everything is a struggle right now. So we will try 11 again when I get back. Okay. Timer.
At this point, I have absolutely zero expectation of finishing this ROM hack. And I mean, it wasn't going to happen in one night anyway, but whoops. Oh, right, yeah, that's cute. I just equipped a sub-weapon. I don't have any fucking chips. Yeah, so not having chips in this ROM hack is a bad time, because nothing fucking dies in a reasonable amount of shots. So, we need to get more chips somewhere. Good luck. These are probably, well, we might be able to kill some of these. I should probably just go back to the main area. I need to learn where that area with all the chips is. Now seems like a time that I probably should find it. Up there. I remember it being a bottom, like, an entrance down into it, and I don't remember where it is. Probably not here. This is probably going back to the starting room. It's kind of silly that it gives you your health back, but not any chips whatsoever. You know, now that I think about it, was there anything else? I don't, oh, here it is. Okay, that's where it is. Is there anything else I could buy here? I think it was only there was a 100, and then there was like a 500 or something. So I don't think I can afford anything. Yeah, there's the 500. I do have that weapon. I don't have it leveled up yet, but... It's right near all the whole, like, collection of round creature rooms. Okay. And you get into it from the west side of the map. Which is unfortunate for me, since I'm working on the east side of the map right now. Although in the long run, it's probably convenient that it's accessible from the west side of the map, because that's probably the late game. Okay, I can actually shoot things now. That's nice. The problem is I'm gonna have to go on this excursion again. Probably. Whoops, that's the wrong way. Actually, now that I have 150 chips, can I just, like, death warp back? The thing is, things out here do almost no damage. Once I get in here, I can probably get killed really fast. Well, actually, no, those still don't do much damage. I'm actually killing them just by standing on them. That's hilarious. You're... What? I've never gotten that one. Also, crap, I don't know if I updated that command. Hang on, let me check something. Because last I checked, the current state of affairs is you should be able to block Twitch ads with the new extension that someone created dedicated to blocking Twitch ads, because, like, they need to update it more frequently than uBlock updates. Because Twitch is being extra douchey lately. Let me see if this is the right link. This is not the right link. Okay, let me put the right link in this command so that people can actually get to the links for the extensions. Okay. Need to update this to that. Let's see if this actually updates right away. It should. You don't use extensions? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have hoped that G2A was dead too. Well, for anyone who does use extensions, yeah, that's the right link to the thread that has the link to the Chrome and Firefox extensions. Okay, yeah, so now I have 150 chips. And I'm back here. Oh, oops. I don't have anything equipped. Well, that sucks. We're here. I'm also half dead. I wonder which of these is worth more in terms of giving me drops quicker. Probably these things. Okay, well I just wasted 20 chips though. I keep trying to bait them and I move down too quickly. Whoops. Well, I missed a thing there. Here's the crazy part. Alright, one of them's gone. Two of them are gone. Oh good, I just managed to barely pick up a chip pickup. Didn't get the other pickup though. So my health is not in a great place here. Oh jeez, this is still getting even more unreasonable. Okay, we got more chips. My health is still not great. What is the boss? Why is there a hole there? A green one? Jeez, that actually worked. Okay. We actually beat one. Let's see what that gets us. Please be a red lander. No, it's bowling ball. Hmm. Okay, interesting. Bowling ball is not going to be useful against the stage 12 boss at all, or the corridor 12 boss. It might be useful against that mid-boss? Maybe? And then what were we dealing with? Well, wait. Now I'm trying to remember what the 3 and 13 bosses were. Wasn't one of them the jumpy boss that would normally be easy, except it had the frickin' missiles? It really bugs me when I can't remember things that I was just doing, like I was just on those stages half an hour ago. Maybe a little longer than that. Where was the boss with the claws? Actually, did I even get to the end of 3? I can't remember. Or were there others, or were there any that I didn't get to the end yet? 13 was the one I didn't get to the end of then, okay. Wait, 3 was the boss with the claws? Meaning the one that goes left to right really quickly? I thought, why was I thinking that was 12? Was 12 the jumpy boss then? Or was that 12? Oh, those claws, right. I'm not, for some reason, I'm totally not thinking of that as claws, but what else would I call it? But that also fired missiles, which was a problem. Bowling ball could work against that. I'm still worried about those damn missiles. Well, I definitely have no intention of going back to 12 right now, because I don't think this new weapon would do me any favors. The mid-boss was also in Area 3, so I guess we'll go back there. I forgot it's called Clawbot, right, okay. For some reason, when I thought claws, I immediately thought of the boss that was spitting out the tiny crustaceans, because it also has, like, claws, doesn't it? Or oven mitts or something. Okay. Well, I mean, without the missiles, the Corridor 3 boss would definitely be easy. It's the orange missiles that I really haven't figured out how to survive yet. I just get like 2 red... Oh wait, this is what I actually want to try doing. Hang on. I got stuck there. Let's try this with bowling ball for the hell of it. Probably not gonna work, but... Wait, why did you go that way, dude? Oh boy, yeah, this isn't working. I'm already almost dead. Cool. Yeah, you can barely do any damage with this. Yep, dead. Alright, that's not very useful for that. Still have level 1 of this, which is unfortunate. And this I don't really trust to always take care of the missiles, because it tends to not kill them. Alright, it's been long enough. I forget what this corridor is like, so let's try it. Oh, this was the one with everything that was super tanky. Actually, bowling ball might help for this. Let's find out. I don't have any enemy erasers either. I'm realizing that. Oh, that didn't work soon enough. Oh. Okay, cool. That sort of works, but it's sort of a liability. I'm almost dead again. No. I might have gotten farther through this, but it's still ridiculous, and that might require, like, maybe bowling ball level 2 or something to really be super useful. Kind of tempted to try that again, but I'm gonna just try going to 3 again. I mean, it would be far less annoying if there were actually, like, save rooms near the corridors. I don't need that at all. Oh, we just wasted that drop. Oops. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't get clobbered by that. Yeah, this was the one with those really nasty flower things. And also the nasty rocks that, for some reason, I am really bad at destroying. Oof. Oh, jeez. I'm so dead. I just missed 2 pickups. Great. I'm definitely dead. What? How did I kill things that caused pickups over on the other side of the screen that I totally wasn't on? I do have to remember it takes a certain amount of time for them to get to, like, spawn. So that's probably why. Are you kidding me? I just love not getting 2 steps away from the frickin' spawn room and losing a quarter of my health. Nothing screams quality game design like that. Of course, there's not really any reason I should be taking damage from those things, other than they're too tanky. Okay, this time the heart is not a waste. waste. Well, actually, the heart was a waste because... I just don't have any patience for this bullshit anymore. Like, the fact that every single time you have to walk through the entire area again. My patience kind of ran out 2 hours ago. Well, I got my ships back, but that's not what I need right now. Definitely not what I need right now. Okay, now we just need to freaking not get clobbered going through here. Which is really hard, because look at all those enemies. Well, I guess we're settling for that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Corridor 3 was the first big difficulty spike in the original game, too. But everything in this ROM hack is a difficulty spike. Got all the rocks and everything else. I need health. No, I really don't need mushrooms. I need health. Okay, that was health. Oh jeez, more of those things. Oh great, and I just missed the one fucking item box because I was trying to avoid 5 other things. I don't know if I'm gonna get to the boss again. Holy crap, hey Sin. Oh jeez. Sin is here to see how bad of a time I am having with the TGL secret hack. Oh boy. Boy am I having a time with this thing. We have been stuck in the state of well, we did beat Corridor 11. We've beaten 1 and 2. I have been absolutely stonewalled on 12 and 3. And 13, which I haven't really tried quite as many times, but 13 is bonkers. I have not made a ton of progress. Oh, hey, Bald Nate, thanks for the follow. That name sounds familiar. Nate, are you the moderator of the EDF speedrun? Or is that a different Bald something? Because there's a couple of people whose screen names start with Bald. I mean, most of the progress that I made happened in, I don't know, the first half of the stream. And then I've just been nothing. Oh jeez, now I'm down to the crappy shot. I just dodged into that laser for no reason. Actually, laser might be an interesting thing to try. Nope, it still can't kill mushrooms fast enough. Oh god, I just missed all the item boxes. I'm gonna die again. Yep. The good news is I'm leveling up. Let me double check. Sorry, yeah, no. I knew it was... I had a feeling I was mistaken. Bald Jared is the moderator of the Super EDF speedrun leaderboard. Yeah, what I wish I could get some weapon or, like, attack or shield levels up, because, like, Zakky pointed out, hey, there's, like, one more tile that you can, go to in the second area. And it wants to sell me an attack upgrade. The problem is my chip max isn't high enough to get it. Also, oh. I need to go across the room because I left my water over there, and that's kind of important. Hang on. Can't not have water. Alright. But yeah, so the original TGL I finished in 2 streams. Whoops, that was not necessarily the wisest move. I always forget which ones of those go horizontal and which one of those goes vertical. And to be fair, the original had a few difficulty spikes, and Stage 3 was the first difficulty spike. Or Corridor 3, I should say. Oops, well, that stunk. Trying to think what else I can try different here. Because the problem is the fireball at level 1 is kind of a liability. There's something I never found out or realized from the vanilla game that would be really helpful right now if I knew. Huh. Is it something that you went over in your TAS playback yesterday? Wait, was that yesterday? No, that was a couple days ago, probably. Actually, no, it might have been yesterday. I already don't know what day it is, and it's only the beginning of the week. Oh god, I'm already dead. Oh, now we're in shmup mode. Oh, those things drop items. That's probably what I didn't realize last time. Yeah, it was yesterday, because I finished TGL on Saturday. And yesterday was Sunday, believe it or not. It's only Monday. I'm gonna be completely mixed up this week because I took the week off. I'm trying to come up with a mnemonic for blue being vertical or red being horizontal. I guess red and horizontal both have R's, but vertical also has an R, so that doesn't help. And vertical has more letters in common with the word red than it does with the word blue. Wait, what's cheating in this romhack? The thing Zakky is talking about? I feel like this entire romhack is cheating to begin with. Need to even the odds. Oh god, yeah, like I just said. We're just gonna go out and try to get health back, because I keep trying to race through that room, and it keeps not working. I still don't like that. Given that I'm probably gonna get clobbered in this room. Yeah, not with those spawns. It's just crazy how many hits everything takes. Nothing dropped anything. And, wait, my health is that low? I didn't think I got hit by anything else. Well, we're gonna die again. Oh, okay. That would be going back to what, 12? Is that where that was? I just found that its little shrimp or whatever were nearly indestructible. I think that was a heart. Oh god, I'm already under 100. Doesn't help. That doesn't help either. I missed that. Okay, now we're back. I wish I understood how those things work to avoid them. Can't even see half the things that are shooting at me now. Oh, I did get that barely, okay. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, jeez. Not looking good. Also, you totally... Oh, jeez, those things are impossible. I actually picked that up. Holy crap. Yeah, that doesn't work for those. This works for those. Cyber, thanks for the follow. Yep. Knew that was gonna happen. Wait, why are those things still flying around? I didn't know that was a thing. Well, so Red Crawdaddy is the... Are you asking how many times I attempted it? At least 3? Possibly more? Probably a couple more than that? Jeez, they really trap you in there. That sounds like you're thinking I should really go back to try 12 again. Is it really just that their hitbox is unreasonable? Because it does just seem like I have a really hard time destroying the little crustacean things. And they end up decimating me. Well... Oh, jeez. Nice spawn, dude. Jeez. Guess we're going for another frickin' pickup here, probably. Well, I guess that'll suffice. It seems like it always zigzags side to side across the entire screen. Although, wait, am I thinking of the right boss or am I thinking of the wrong boss? God. The problem is I can't even see half of what's happening, and if I zone out at all, I'm gonna get hit a bunch. Got that. I don't know how to not get hit by those things. It might be a little too soon to do bowling ball or fireball yet. Nope, it's time to do bowling ball. Oh, did I somehow miss both of those? Wow. That was not a good trade-off. Although, well, we got our chips back, so that's something. Well, that one little thing was still bouncing around. I am totally dead. I'm not totally dead. Those things are so tanky in this version. I'm totally dead again. Was that right before the boss, or... Like, when those things became squares, I want to think that's because it was right before the boss, but I'm not actually sure. So you think... It sounds like you think I should try 12 again. Which, given that I'm having absolutely no luck with, 3... Might as well. Oh geez, another thing happened. Thank you for the raid. A lot of people want to see somebody who has no idea what they're doing suffer in, the Guardian Legends Secret Edition. Where am I going? This is where I'm going. Alright, so, for those just joining, current status is... I've basically been stonewalled between trying to beat Corridor 12, trying to beat Corridor 3, and there's one mid-boss in Area 3 that I've just been skipping, because I'm like, nope, not with my current equipment. Or lack thereof. Alright, where do I have to go back to this thing? The annoying thing about this one is this is one of the areas that has the save right at the beginning. So you have to go all the way back through. Wait, am I going the right way? Yes. I mean... I definitely had fun with the original, and there was a little bit of suffering involved in the original game, which I just finished on. I played it last Sunday, and the previous Sunday before yesterday, and last Saturday. And there were definitely a few things that snagged me on that. The boss of Corridor 3 was one of them. Grimgrin was one of them. And the final boss was one of them. Thanks for the follow. How do you pronounce that name? Because I'm not exactly sure which way I should be parsing it. Thanks, Meowing Kitty. Whoopsie. I will say that I'm hoping to receive... I've received one half of the next things I want to stream on 2020 Hindsight, which is the thing I've been doing over weekends this year. And it might be... It's not TGL related, but it might be up your alley if you like, just like... top-down, run-and-gun style things. Tashero? Okay. Hopefully I said that right. Alright, so let's try this one again. Was this... I'm trying to remember which one this was, if this was the really ridiculous, the one that gets really crazy near the end, or if that was a different one. Also, tomorrow night I'm planning to... another game I just recently played for the first time, believe it or not, is Symphony of the Night. And tomorrow I'm planning to, around 8 PM Eastern, do a Richter mode playthrough. Not sure whether I'll get through it in one night or not, but given that he's got some ridiculous movement tech, I figured that might be an option. I couldn't get either of those things. Wow. I really should have switched to the cutter. Okay, I actually need chips now, though. Okay, there's chips. And there's an energy tank. Okay. I feel like I haven't seen an energy tank in ages. Okay, great. So we're here. Now what? Oh wow, you beat Draken? I was wondering how hard Draken would be. I don't know how blind it was for you. I figure I would just get completely lost in that game and never finish it. Okay, I have a dumb idea that may or may not work. It's not working. It's not really working. I don't know how much I'm actually hitting the boss either. I'm taking a lot of hits though. Oh, I tried something different. It didn't work. Okay, what is he doing now? What I really should try doing, using this thing. I'm a little too late with that. Let's try that next time. It was 90% blind. The beginning is confusing, the later half is so quick. I probably didn't get past the beginning back when I rented it. Alright, I kinda need to get chips again. Alright, well, to start. Ow. Actually, do that. Oh, come on. Those guys can just ignore walls. Chips, great. Okay, we're good. Well, meanwhile, Zakky has been going back to the 7th Saga speedrun, which also may not entirely be get good RNG, but it is kind of contingent on that. Like, there are points in the 7th Saga speedrun where if you don't get good RNG, your run is done. And not in a good way. I'm not going the right way here, am I? Oh, I am. Okay. Isn't it still... I thought it was over an hour. Trying to not get hit by everything. Pick that up. I don't think I really needed it, though. Oof, that was bad. Okay, let's go to this now. Whoops. Well, that was only a small chip anyway, it's not a big deal. Great. Stop using the cutter right as the thing actually crosses your hitbox. Good job. Oh, I missed the heart. I'm okay for the time being. Good, we got chips back. I'm just tanking all the hits right now, and I shouldn't be doing that. Energy tank. Okay, perfect. Now, this time, kind of want to try this. I had been using the laser a lot previously, but it doesn't kill enough of the shrimp. Where does this guy go first? Okay. I shouldn't have done that far off to the side. That was kind of dumb. He does get manipulated slightly by where you are, because he's not going quite all the way to the left. Ow. But this is not really working in my favor. Okay, now he's going all over the screen, so I think once he gets angry enough, it doesn't really matter. This weapon is not working. I can try this, but I don't think it's gonna work. It's not particularly reliable. I just feel like... they're way better at hitting me than I am at hitting them. I feel like the laser is my best bet at hitting the boss, but... the problem is it doesn't really offer me any protection from the little crustaceans. Oh, good grief. The other thing is, like, a couple of times I tried moving around to see if there's anywhere that the little crustaceans won't go, but kinda didn't get any promising leads on that. Also, nothing dropped anything during that boss fight that time, did it? Although, I had just gotten an energy tank, and that might be the wrong part of the drop table, I'm not sure. Oh, jeez. That's that way. I still feel really bad that I didn't know this game existed back in the 90s when it came out. Or not even 90s, right? Wasn't it 88 or something? 90s is where I did most of my gaming, though, as a kid. Because, like, base TGL is a really cool game. Of course, I was also really bad at completing games when I was a kid, and, like, NES in general wasn't super user-friendly in terms of games' completability. So I'm not sure I would have finished it if I had discovered it in the 80s or 90s, but it probably would have given me a lot more faith in the system if I got anywhere in it. Oh, jeez. Completely whiffed.
There's that energy tank again. Huh.
Still feel like bowling ball was more promising, but with how much it moves side to side... Grenade, I have no frickin' idea how to, like, space it correctly. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, it's specifically the US, the Broderbund US box art that's weird, isn't it? Like, didn't this actually have, like, more sensible box art in the other territories? Yeah, I mean, the Phalanx box art is I mean, I think there is actually a story about that one. Alright, I have a stupid idea. I can go behind it. Can I always go behind it? No, definitely not. That's not really gonna work. But it's an idea. I'm gonna die this time for sure. Except it becomes so erratic once it gets angry. Once it gets angry, I'm just like, all bets are off. Actually, no, it's still not perfectly cyclical. Yeah, I don't know. Because that was something I meant to mention, and I don't think I remembered to. At the end of my TGL streams, is like, okay, I've played the game, the box art still doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, the story about the Phalanx one is basically it was designed to not make sense. So they were like, make sure people look at this box, and that's what they did. Oh, what? I disagree. Alright, that works. That doesn't. God damn it, frickin' green oatmeal cookie. I still, like, falling rocks in a video game is very much a thing that I always harp on whenever I see it, but those are not rocks, those are oatmeal cookies, and I don't care what anyone else thinks. I just cannot not see oatmeal cookies when I see those rocks. And somehow I have an easier time envisioning an oatmeal cookie bouncing than a rock, so... Although, I mean... Yeah, endlessly bouncing the way that those do, that's just suspicious. That is not a rock. Whoops, that was some unnecessary hits. Well, I missed that thing, because I was just totally paying attention to my timing on those sword stabs, and that's it. Chips. Thank you. That was an earlier energy tank than usual. Which I kinda don't like, because now I'm taking a bunch of hits, but okay, that's fine. And that last fish always blows up before the boss shows up. Well, I can think of one really stupid idea I haven't tried yet. I think. I don't expect it to work, but... well, shit, it's working. Okay. It was starting to not work, but it still worked. I might have gotten too far up. I don't know if it starts shooting them particularly upwards at a certain height. Well, alright. Basically always try Saber at least once. What does this give us? Oh! Well, that gives us, oddly enough, progression towards something else. And actually, I think it's in this section. Was the thing not what I just did? Oh god, the spiders got angry. I never let the spiders get angry in my previous playthroughs, but this is what happens. That's hilarious. And probably at some point the game crashes. Oh my god. Well, I guess you can farm drops from them. So that's actually useful to know. And now I also know why there is an OC remix literally named after the spiders. He rubber bands. If you don't... That's what I was wondering, was if he doesn't move left or right if you don't. And I guess that's true, he was moving less that time? What am I doing? This is not where I want to be. Crap. How do I get to where I want to be? Guess I have to go the other way. Okay, so he wasn't becoming angry with damage, he was becoming angry with movement. That's right, this isn't Blaster Master, that's the game where bosses become angry with damage. So I guess that probably would have helped with the sword approach. But does that help particularly with the mini crustaceans? Alright, I do need full chips when I get to the other room. Here? It should be here. Okay, we have no ships, but we have a higher attack now? That guy was very in a hurry to get somewhere. Okay, cool. So, we have better offense now. Let's see if that does anything for us. It sure seems to be killing these things faster. So that's a start. Kinda wish I could get better defense, too. Alternatively, you can sit at the bottom of the screen and just hold down the... Yeah! So the problem was I was instinctively dodging, and that made Fireball not work, otherwise Fireball would have worked. I could have sworn he was going completely batshit across the screen. Why am I going this way? Oh, actually, I guess that's fine. I thought he was going crazy across the screen, like, even when I stopped moving, but I don't know if it was too late at that point, or if I didn't stop moving for long enough, or what. Oh, you don't know how well. Okay. You don't know if it's any different. So, well, we have 3 options here, because there's a mid-boss that I didn't deal with. And then there's Corridor 13, and then there's Corridor 3. Corridor 13 might be more viable with the upgraded attack, because I might be able to actually kill things with Saber quickly, like I expect to. So I guess we can try that. Still hate those things. They're dying fast, so that's a good sign. Okay, they're dying much faster. So yeah, this is why Zakky said before it might be that they're expecting you to have 2 attack. This makes a ton of difference. I would like health. Oh, now we've got falling rocks in the video game. See, I told you I'd call it out, but for some reason I only call it out with this type of rock and not the other type of rock. I shouldn't be taking those out with that. It is possible to take those out, but Saber would not be the thing to do it with. Actually, yeah, you can just do it with the regular weapon. If you do it before they get close enough. Now, was this the squid plus missiles or whatever? I don't know if it's actually a squid. No! I never got to the boss of this. Right, okay. I don't remember what this guy does. He seems very angry, though. That does not work. I am so dead. I had to try it, though. Can I destroy those? Yes. Oh boy. That's not helpful. Oh god, he does shoot upwards. Okay. I ran right into that. Okay. That approach might work if I don't first piss away literally my entire health bar with Saber. Okay, but all of a sudden... Corridor 13 seems viable. Hello. That was not smart. Okay, maybe we will actually get somewhere in this ROM hack, although... It's pretty late here now, so... I might not get super far tonight. But yeah, so I guess I approached the game the correct way in the when I played vanilla by just going after every corridor I found. That was bad. Haven't done that. Well, we got another level up. Probably the most level ups by far that I've gotten at this point in the game. There yet? No. Okay. Let's try the strategy again. Yeah, there seems to be like a gap when he shoots upwards. Oops. Taking more hits than I would like, but he's not dead yet, right? No, he's not dead. Oh, that also works, okay. This will take a while, but it's working. Is he always spawning in at the same height too, or is that coincidence? He's spawning in at the same height every time. So, I guess that's dependent on your vertical position. No, it's not. It's not. He was slightly different that time. I didn't get that, because I was snoozing on it. That's further back that time. I should probably try bowling ball. Well, never mind, he's dead. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna keep calling it bowling ball because, I don't know, that's stuck in my head and I like it. Although it's much more reminiscent of a fireball at the later levels. But level 1, definitely a bowling ball. What level is that at now? That's at level 3, isn't it? How expensive is that? What a joke. Guess I'm not using that anytime soon. I almost never use that anyway. Okay. Now the question is, do I go for that mid-boss? I mean, we're right here. It's either I go for the mid-boss or I just go straight to Corridor 3 again. But we haven't tried that mid-boss since I got the upgrade, so... Not exactly sure what I even want to try fighting it with. I also keep forgetting where it spawns, unless that's not set in stone. Yeah, I think it spawned on the other side last time. This is probably not a great thing to fight it with. Oh, that didn't hit it. Oh my god, I'm just getting hit by everything. I'm way too bad at dodging this thing because I don't know how to bait it properly. Oh, I'm gonna die. I didn't die. Did that just bring me... So this is the part where I got confused with this game. You start at 50 chip max, right? Then you get 100, then you get 150, then you get 200, then 400? Because, like, I remember when I was playing the original, I was just like, when did my chip count get to, like, 1,000? It's like, all of a sudden the game's like, alright, fine, here, hurry up. Get all the chip max. Alright, well, we barely survived that fight. Actually, I should mark that for highlighting in the future. Or clipping in the future. Yeah, it definitely does make sense with the weapon shift scaling. I think 400 isn't quite enough to get the other item in the shop at the beginning of the game. I think that's 500. But yeah, now I can afford a whole 40 shots with that weapon that I just leveled up. Oh, I can kill these things quickly now too. That's great. It's ridiculous how much one weapon upgrade, one gun upgrade gets you. Like, it seriously is progression, the way that this works. And I guess that could be true of the original game too, but I didn't have a problem with it in the original game. Ah, jeez, that hurt. Whoop, ow. Please don't kill me. Okay, I got some health. Got some more health. Whoops, I missed whatever that was. Oh, nice. Energy tank. These still take forever to kill. Oh my god, those things are the worst. So now I'm at the boss with half health because of those stupid things. Guess I'll try bowling ball again? Oh, that's right, this is this thing. The problem is... missiles. Okay, but the missiles are probably less of a problem now. God damn it. That was an item thing that I would have liked to have. Alright, I have a sort of idea. Hang on. I keep missing the item things. Uh-oh. I'm going to have a bigger problem now. I'm gonna have to just pray this works. Nope. Did not time that right. Alright, we should be able to do this. It would help if I didn't miss every single item box during the boss fight. You think in most of your playthroughs, if not all of them, you didn't actually pick up the gun upgrade until late game? On this romhack specifically, or like, in general? I think I had, oh, yeah, that would be a problem. I don't know, how long did it take you to get through level 3? Because this definitely seems like it's, significantly less problematic with a gun level up. Well, so... the time you played it earlier this year, or whenever it was, that wasn't the first time you played it. I think you had mentioned this to me earlier today or something. Maybe it was yesterday. Oh, it was during your Blaster Master stream today. Because you were saying that, like, you didn't have the same version because you were, I guess you were casually racing it against Matrick or something? That hurt a lot more than I expected. There's still gonna be more of those, isn't there? I shouldn't have switched that just yet. This is where they are. Okay, so wait, which one did I want to use on this? The bowling ball or that? I think I wanted to use that. Oh, 2 or 3, okay. Oh, that was a bad idea. I still didn't get the item box. Great. I'm almost dead again. Great. Okay, I got an energy tank. I lucked out, and I took damage during the energy tank acquisition, which means that I didn't take damage there. That thing needs to get the heck out of my way, though. I might still die. Yep. I have another idea. That... Switching to bowling ball there might actually doing bowling ball altogether might be the winning play. Whoops, that was not smart. Well, I missed that box. Oh, I missed that heart. That sucks. They are in completely different places than last time. I'm probably gonna die again. That was a bad idea. I forgot the bowling ball doesn't actually, like, stick around the whole way. God damn it. You cannot get through that laser. Maybe if I had 4 defense and higher speed I could, but I haven't found a single defense upgrade yet. Still think it's weird how in the original game you find, like, I don't know, 10 of them or something. Like, you get capped at 7 and you still keep finding them. But you only have 4 weapon upgrades. What, during the boss fight I missed one? Or before it? Oh, jeez. That seemed like kind of bad spawns. Oh, jeez. Great, I dove directly through both of those. Dodged both. Ugh. I missed that one. Okay, we got that. It's ridiculous how many of those you can afford to miss in this stage once you have the weapon power up. Okay, that time I lucked out. See if we can get this done. I was probably so fixated on my claws that I didn't see anything. Whoops. So much for having full health. And there goes another item box. And I missed another one. God damn it. Well, that wasn't hard anyway. I was like, can I pick up this item box and will it be useful? I still have such a problem with the missiles, and I realized that, like, I should be baiting them into showing up somewhere that I can actually deal with them. Also, I'm realizing there's a weapon I haven't tried, but I should probably try on that boss and see how it does, although I don't even know if it'll work. Also, well, for that matter, didn't I say something about always trying Saber at least once? Although, wait, did I do that already? Was that this boss or the previous boss that I tried that and it didn't work? No, well, I don't know. I remember trying it on one of the bosses and it didn't work. I don't remember if it was that one. Whoops. It's funny how this is scrolling so fast, those guys on the right side don't even have time to really shoot at you. That didn't go particularly well. I actually hit that? I thought I completely dodged that heart. Oh, missed that. Oh, we got one of them. And we got whatever that was, but my health isn't doing too great right now. Alright, didn't I say I was gonna try something dumb? Yep. The missiles will probably kill me anyway, but let's see. Oh, right, well, I mean, the laser will probably kill me, that's true. There's like one magical place where the laser won't hit you, but I'm pretty sure the missile was hitting me anyway. So yeah, I don't think that'll work. The other thing that I wanted to originally try is the cutter. So let's actually try that instead of the dumb idea. But yeah, I don't expect to line myself up perfectly for the saber to work there. Yeah. I don't know why I thought for even a second that saber might be a good idea. Like, oh yeah, laser. But I'm still not going to be safe from the missiles, but unless the cutter can kill the missiles faster than they can get to me. Okay, great. Do we want to try cutter or do we want to try the usual thing? Let's try cutter. How was it? This takes a lot of... Oh, that takes a lot too, so... But this is gonna eat through it a lot faster. Well, there's your energy tank. I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. This also works because then I can take my time luring it to the other side. I might want to do something else here, though, and I might die. Holy shit, we actually got a heart. I'm not sure if this is even doing anything. I'm not convinced the cutter was doing anything. Although I also don't know if the hitbox is only in the middle or if I wasn't getting close enough. Yeah, because of what Zakky just said. I think I have to go with my original idea of squiggly attack for first part and bowling ball fireball for the second part. Because I feel like if I try getting closer, I'm just gonna get clobbered by it. Well, actually, that doesn't matter though, right? Getting clobbered by its hitbox is actually fine. So yeah, it might be worth trying again. Oh, we got one of them that time? Well, that sucks. Don't have to worry with the missiles, which do not do as much damage as he or the lasers do. I want that. Shit, I missed it. Well, I'm dead. I think a missile must have spawned there, and I didn't... Either of them... Well, I don't know. No, I was above the laser hitbox, and a missile must have done that. Well, you know, if my ship weren't slow as molasses and I could have gotten the frickin' energy tank, I would have been fine. Alright, so that is viable. Which is funny, because, like, the time that I realized... Well... The time that I even got an inkling that that might be possible was when I was fighting the final boss in the original TGL. Yeah, right, if I had just not bothered going for it. Oops. Ow. Okay. That's true. The smaller hitbox may have been doing me a big favor there. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about my energy level. We should be fine. Which is a very different story than before I got the gun level up. That hurt me a lot more than it should have. Whoops, did not expect that to go that way. Oh, that one did it too. That. I wonder if there's any... I wonder if this would have any likelihood of saving me from crap. Nope, not really. Oh, but I just lucked out there. Okay, in that case... I don't like how, well, you can't really call it luck dependent, but it kind of is. I don't like how luck dependent some of this ends up being. Okay, that time I had no problem and didn't take any damage. Sure. We got the bacon key. And we got our first rapid fire upgrade. Oh crap, there was a shop somewhere... There was a shop somewhere that had a choice of 3 things, and now I don't remember where that shop was. It might have been in this section, I don't remember. But, like, I remember not having the chips for it, but also being like, I don't know which thing I would want. I don't remember ever going back to that shop. Wait, does it show how many you've gotten somewhere? I found one in Area 0. Okay. Well, there's probably nothing here. Yeah, I think... I forget what was there. One of these places had like a one-time energy tank. Wait, where am I? I'm up there. Pretty sure this is... not. Oh, let's see what this is. No, that was the seal hint. Damn, I don't remember where that shop was. And it might not have even been in this section. At any rate, I should probably start wrapping up soon. Given that it's like 1 AM. Like I said, I'll be streaming Richter mode and Soten tomorrow night, but given that I am no longer blocked on this, I will probably come back to this Wednesday night. Thursday I'm not sure if I'll stream at all, and Friday I probably won't. But Friday, Zakky is doing the Gym Power-a-thon, so y'all should tune into that. Let me double check one other thing. I'm pretty sure this isn't it. No, it's not. You think it was in one of the other sections? Okay. because it had a rapid. Well, that's not where I'm going. It had a rapid fire upgrade, or I think there was one weapon upgrade, and I think there was a blue lander in it. And it's like, how the hell? How do you make me choose between those things? That's just awfully rude. But I think I would end up going for the weapon upgrade. Alright, so bacon is actually right here. Wasn't there two? I kind of thought I remembered seeing two bacon key warps. But I'm not seeing anything else newly opened on the map, so... Well, I'm gonna guess it was Area 2. I really don't want to think it was as far back as Area 1. Should be Area 2? Yeah. Was it here? No. This is, that was where the gun upgrade was. Well, I have no idea where I'm going now. Probably a dead end. Oh, no, let's see what this is. Nope. On the bright side, what we haven't seen this ROM hack do, at least not yet, is give us far future hints. Because I remember I went through, like, I retraced my steps through the entire first half of... Actually, let's not go that way yet. I retraced my steps through the entire first half of the game, of vanilla TGL, when I needed to get to Area 6, because I did not remember the hint for it. And what's funny is I remembered Area 8's hint, and they're literally right next to each other. Whoops. That's it. Okay, yeah, we're taking this. I tend to get a lot of use out of that weapon, so we're definitely taking that. Oh, I guess I could just death warp here. Or the enemies could die when I'm trying to die. Excuse me. God damn it. There we go. I think I double KO'd that. Could be going that way now, right? Yeah. Oh, I need to pick a weapon again. Okay, let's head over to Area 4, presumably. But I think once we reach the next save room, which may or may not be at the beginning of the area, given that that's been the case with 2 and 3. When we get to the next save room, we'll stop there. And I'll save a state. I'll probably still capture the password just in case I somehow goof up, but given that I have to play this on emulator because I don't have a flash card reader or anything for my actual NES. That's something I want to take a look at this week to see if there are any sales on those. Well, that is the save room, so I guess that's what we're doing. So here's our password screen. I'm gonna save a state here. I'm gonna stop my timer. Take a screenshot. And save a state. Okay. So, this is where we will pick up on Wednesday. Thanks everybody for hanging out here. Thanks to Sin and Tashero for the raids. Thanks to all of those who have followed. I will say that like things were pretty dire for a while prior to those raids. Thanks to Zakky for the subtle hints of like, try this thing again. In terms of like getting unblocked and actually making progress to this romhack, so we will keep doing it. Something I said earlier was like I kind of liked how the first couple of areas, or the first couple of first couple of corridors, I felt like you had to like figure out, okay, what's the deal here? How do I need to approach this? And then once you figure that out, you actually like get through it. But without that gun power up, I was totally at a loss. But yeah, we'll see where this takes us next time on Wednesday. Wednesday I will be starting probably around 9:30 p.m. Eastern, which is when I started tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern. Weekend streams are also 8 p.m. Eastern start times, and I will be announcing what I'm doing next when I actually am sure that I have all of the things in my possession that I need to do the thing I'm doing next for 2020 hindsight. But 2020 hindsight in general is just a opportunity I carved out to complete a bunch of games that I never completed. So we did like Half-Life and Half-Life 2, we did Hexen, we did Turok and Turok 2, we did The Guardian Legend most recently. I gave Blaster Master a shot last night, but I game overed in the last stage. But I had never gotten anywhere nearly that far before, so that was still something. Before The Guardian Legend, we did Tyrion, which is another vertical scrolling shmup, originally for DOS, by Epic Mega Games, back when they were called that. Very much feels like an evolution over Raptor called The Shadows, which is a game that I grew up with. But yeah, so there's been a decent share of retro stuff on the weekends. During the week is kind of a grab bag, but Thursday is always shmup night, except I'm not sure whether I will get to it this Thursday. If I do, it might be late. But I've been focusing on Shōren-sha 68K and Godanpachi Daifukatsu. Those are currently in the quarterly rotations for Shmup Book Club. So that's the kind of stuff that's going on here, so definitely would love to see you back if that's up your alley. Let's see what Zakky said here. It's tough because heavy knowledge of the vanilla game, including various stress that make bosses easier, really help. Yeah, and I mean, I've only played the game once, so... And I'm guessing I probably won't try to speedrun this one. Soten I kind of want to try to speedrun at some point, although I'm a little worried that it'll completely wear my fingers out because of all of the backdash canceling. But... yeah, I don't know. I haven't, the last thing I learned to speedrun, I think, was Crystallis, which was back in, like, January of this year. I'm trying to think if I learned anything else in the second half of the year. I don't think I actually did, though. I think I've been too, just, like, kind of, like, zonked to carve out times during the weeknights to learn anything, and weekends I already dedicate to these retro games that I never finished. So, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's going on here. Thanks again, everybody, for watching and for hanging out and for the raids and for the tips.